Hello, this is Avcore, and I want to talk about the concept of pumping and why it's so important. Pumping itself means simply to raise your stats, your overall firepower. Now, if you look at me, overall firepower, I'm 38. Um, and when you look at these guys are like mega whales, like well, above Z Cool. I think Z Cool is more free to play than most of the people up here. He plays a lot. But now, if you go above him, you see the wells. Like, look at this guy. This is this one guy above him. Look at that. How the hell do you get that unless you well? How do you get that unless you, like, spend money? There's just no way. Look at that. Of course he welled. That's a perfect sign of you welling. If you have this character, that means you have welled. Yeah. He's got a star by every... Look at that. 2 S characters you have a star by them, you have certainly welled. So, I mean, we can even go up one more from that guy and view this guy. Okay, you have welled. This is a well account. Of course, this is a sign that you have welled. You have... Wow! This is a mega whale. Like, all these guys up here, just to cut things short, are wells. So... And Z Cool plays a lot. That's why he gets up there so high. He plays a lot and he plays smart. But for me, I'm more free to play friendly. So I'm 38. This is pretty much average level of a consistent player where I'm at right now. If you consistently play and you play smart, you'll probably be around where I'm at this point in the game. So it's not special what I've accomplished. It's just I was smart about it. And I'll explain why I was smart about it. First off, your overall power is based on a couple of things. It's based on the star levels of your heroes. It's based on your... let's move that out of the way. It's based on your charisma. Like... It actually increases your power overall. So there's ways to do it. There's ways to raise your power outside of the normal means. But your hero level, then your weapon level. This is where pumping comes in. The quickest way to increase your power is to increase your level. And increasing your levels allows you to increase the level of your weapons. And increasing the levels of your weapons increases your overall power. Well, that's one of the most straightforward ways to pump power, is to level up, then pump your weapons. And I'm going to do that in a couple of minutes. So it's weapon backpack, then weapon core. Your weapon core is basically like your equipment set. We'll actually get equipment later on. But this is basically you use your weapons as equipment because each one like gives you core attributes. Like you get HP, defense, and attack. Like if you have a special effect is when you put the right weapon in the right slot. Like throwers will increase your HP if you put them in that slot. Machine guns will increase your attack if you put it in this slot. Sniper rifles will increase your HP if you put it in that slot. Cannons will increase your defense if you put it in this slot. And assault rifles will increase your attack if you put it in that slot. And whenever we get bows, HP will increase if you put it in that slot. But for the most part, the stronger the weapon is, the more power it will give you, and the more it'll increase your overall core power. So keep that in mind, because I don't have a bow weapon here. And let's go back to these wells again. And you'll see something interesting. Let's go to for sale, 2,000 bucks. Notice this guy's weapon. He's got this cannon here, and he's got another cannon. He's got a sniper rifle, and he's got a assault rifle, and he's got another assault rifle. What I'm saying with this is, gold weapons will increase your core power more than any other weapon type. So if you have more golden core weapons, just put them in that spot. Don't worry if it's not the right weapon for that slot. If you have gold weapons, then you put them in that slot. Don't worry about it. It'll increase your power far more than you putting the right weapon in the right slot. Only gold weapons, though. I wouldn't advise this with purple weapons or green weapons or whatnot. I wouldn't say that. But if you have gold weapons, like I have, then you toss them in the core. The only reason I don't have this weapon in my core slot is because I use it like everywhere I go. And any weapon that's in your weapon core cannot be your main weapon. And that's my main weapon. That may change when I get a better weapon and higher stars. That may change, but for now, that's the case. Another thing about weapon core is this little thing is like it's awaken. Awakening your weapon actually gives you more power in your weapon core slot. More stars will give you more power in your weapon core slot. Like the only reason these guys are here is because they're gold weapons, but their stars are low. But most of the weapons in my core are 4 stars and above. So if you have more stars on a certain weapon, it's better that you level up that weapon. That's why I get so much power out of this, because I have it at 6 stars and I have an awakening on it. That's why I keep it there. And that's why I haven't changed it. And I doubt I will for a while. Your weapon gallery is another way that you increase your overall power. Like, the more weapons you get, the higher stars they get, they unlock your stats and increase your stats. That's why sometimes I think later on it's okay for you to gamble and start rolling for weapons. That's my personal opinion. People are against that, but that's the way I feel, because like some of these weapons, like you can actually just increase their star level over and over again, and then you max them out and you have a crystal later on so you can get other stuff. That's just the way I feel, because I'm definitely gonna tomorrow I'll have that weapon unlocked. So there's ways to increase your power, and that's what pumping is. Pumping is, they call it pumping because you constantly put resources into resources in order to produce resources. So like if I go to the shop here and you see this advanced training ground, I'll go ahead and do this. I should get you get a JS sniper rifle. So that put me at 112. And I'm really close to raising the star level of this weapon. So that's what I'm talking about. If you keep rolling on here, you're guaranteed a purple weapon each time. And slowly but surely you'll have all your weapons max. So that's just a thought. It may not be the best advice, but it gets you into the concept of what pumping's all about. Because when I look at my where's it at? Where is that thing at? Oh, it's the umbrella. So when you look at that, I'm close to getting this thing max. So if I max this out, I may put it somewhere else. Maybe not in the same slot, but somewhere else. Because once you hit 6 stars, that's the highest you can go. Like if you have other like higher level gold weapons, you can get it 7. But the purple weapons, it's 6. But that's incredible. So I'm gonna look into that, because you can get this in boss challenges, and you can get it in oh yeah, you can get an arena daily score rewards. I'm gonna definitely do that. And you can also get it in team mode. So that's another concept of pumping. You keep putting resources into resources in order to produce resources. So another place is a super weapon. That's why I think when you do endless mode, it's okay to spend all your diamonds there to get the rewards, because this is automatic stat growth. The more you upgrade, the more stats you get. And that's one of the benefits to unlocking super weapons. Not only do you get access to another weapon, it's just increases your overall power. And then you have like Firearm Souls. Firearm Souls is a little more complicated because you have to really think about what you are doing. You have the regular souls that increase your power because you see the basic stats here. Like this thing gives you a ton of HP. This thing gives you a ton of HP, and like the lower the level, the less stats they give. That's why sometimes when you switch off this, you lose power because the HP and the attack are not the same. So it's just something to keep in mind that, like when you equip souls, if they're not at a high level, they will drop your power. It just will. But they add like pretty cool effects, but still they'll drop your power because no matter how Trons is I'll finish this video. Like this is actually useful because they pump your power to really high levels. So keep that in mind that even though these things are weak, they give you 400 attack and 400 defense at 1200 HP. So it's nothing to sneeze at. This is where it gets even more complicated. Like when you look at these cubes that raise your stats, you gotta look not only what they give you, but the effect. Like you get crit rate here because hit rate and crit rate are for the attack cubes. That's why I call them attack cubes. Crit damage, crit rate, hit rate, pierce, crit damage, pierce. This one's really good. That's why I kept it. And look what they do to the base stats. That's really good. This is super good. That's the times 2. That's super good. And you have to look at all this when you do cubes. I have to do a separate video, but you can't pump cubes the way you can pump the regular stats. You have to pick and choose which ones that you want because this will dramatically affect how you play the game. Like this is like your defense, like your blocking and evasion. Another one that I got, which is really good. This is really good. This is really good too. The evasion rate is good. I like evasion. Crit resistance is important too. Block damage. Yeah, this is really good. So this is really good. This is your this is more HP base. But yeah. Yeah. Like use like your pierce resistance, your pierce. Oh, it gives you pierce damage, really? That's really good. So this is more versatile then. I take that back. This is more versatile. Yeah, so you can't really pump this, but let me go and show you an example of what I mean by pumping, so to speak. So we leveled up our character. Now we can level up these weapons, and you'll see the overall power change. So first you go here, do that, and you pump the mods. Once you level up a weapon, you can quick upgrade the mods, which raises up the power of your weapon and your overall power as well. Like I'm not gonna mess with this because that's a lot of resources, and I'm not gonna put resources into it because it's just my core. This is one of my core weapons. Like, of course, this is one of the core weapons as well. This is another core weapon. This is another core weapon. This is another core weapon as well. This is another one of my core weapons. And this one I use for Galuga Outbreak, so that's why I level these guys up. I use them for Galuga Outbreak. And this is a potential replacement for another weapon since it'll hit 6 stars. And that's it. So you notice that my power went up. So I'm like 36. I was 38, now I'm 36. So let's go ahead and pump some more. So when you level up your weapons and they're in your core, you level them up again. And your power goes up. And it goes up again. So there you go. You pump up even more. So now I'm 34. I was 38. Now I'm 34 just from one level up and some pumping. And that's what pumping does. This is what pumping is. You level up, you level up, and you level up some more. And that's why this is an important. I'm ahead of Trons now. Haha, funny. This is an important concept to understand, that you constantly have to pump your stats. So you constantly have to level up. You constantly have to level up your weapons. You constantly have to level up your core. And you constantly have to get weapons in order to increase your overall combat potential. And not to mention another aspect that you do, you pump up your partner. Like, this is my new partner. This is how I got my stats higher. And you have to pump him too. You pump him two ways. You level up, you evolve him by getting shards. I don't know how to get shards to him yet. And you do training. So this is another character that you pump in order to pump up your stats. And that's how I get so high despite not having like the same resources as other people. So there's ways to do it, but ultimately you will hit a point, because even here, like, even all my progression, it'll be a while before I see this much. So anyways, if you like my content, the like, share, subscribe button. I'll get back to you. Laters.